Hello and welcome back to Tennessee Railfanning Productions. In this video we have made the 10-hour trek up to the New York-Pennsylvania state line to catch Buffalo and Pittsburgh's trains along their route that goes from Salamanca, New York down to Riker, Pennsylvania. For our first shot we see Buffalo and Pittsburgh SARE coming through Carrollton, New York. Right after the trash train gets through, about 30 minutes later, we see Buffalo and Pittsburgh SIRI, the daily manifest from Salamanca, New York. This train would have the BMP 1899 Genesee and Wyoming Heritage Unit in the lead. They would come to a stop in Foster Brook, Pennsylvania to pick up some cars out of the refinery, so we'll watch a little bit of the switching action here in the next couple minutes. After finishing their work at the refinery, we see SIRI bringing his longer train now through Bradford, Pennsylvania. our next shot would be in Lewis Run, Pennsylvania. This is the start of the Buffalo and Pittsburgh grade that runs all the way to Mount Jewett, Pennsylvania. So this is where they would start their climb and where we would chase them to Hazlehurst, Pennsylvania. For our final shot, we get them coming up to the top of the grade at Hazlehurst, Pennsylvania, by the old CPL signals that are on very limited time. He comes to a stop to wait on the trash train, who is still at the trash dump switching around his cars to get ready to go back to Salamanca, New York. But in the meantime, he is blocking the main line, therefore our SIRI has to come to a stop at the top of the grade and wait on him. Later that evening, we'd be right back where we started at Carrollton, New York. As you can see, this is where the Buffalo-Pittsburgh Bridge flies over the western New York and Pennsylvania, which we are currently trying to catch. We are currently looking at WNYP's Salamanca turn that only runs on Tuesdays. It will be powering by 2 GP15. A couple of days later, we're up early to go catch western New York and Pennsylvania, going on an extra job to go get some storage cars on rare mileage that they don't normally go on near Olean, New York. He would be coupling up to those storage covered hoppers that you see in the distance and taking them back to Olean Yard. After about 10 minutes, here came Western New York and Pennsylvania with their 2 GP-15s and their cut of covered hoppers back to Olean Yard. We barely make it in time to the Y in Olean, New York to see them turning on the Y to get to their yard. Later that afternoon, we see Western New York and Pennsylvania's Farmers Valley job heading down to the wax plant in Farmers Valley, going under some classic CPL signals in Eldred, New York. This scene is that you can actually see in the movie Unstoppable. Great movie if you haven't seen it before. You can see this scene as the kids are coming on the passenger train coming into their yard, the AWVR yard in that movie, on their way up there to get, just talk to about railroading. And you can see the scene when they're trying to avoid the runaway freight train.
I see the shadow coming. We're screwed. Hold on.
For our last shot, we get the Farmers Valley job in Larabee, Pennsylvania. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.